Good morning, traders. So how do we trade the Dow Jones today? So yesterday's play worked out pretty well. Remember, we were looking for a retest of the break, and it actually went and closed the gap and then sold off. Okay, so any short entry that you had at 2673, so 26730, that would still be a valid trade at the moment. What is concerning me though on the 4-hour here, look at the oscillator. Okay, can you see how we stayed up in the overbought territory for so long? Okay, see from there to there, and look how quickly we sold off into the oversold territory. And every time we get into the oversold territory on the 4-hour, so there was a long entry, there was a long entry, and here is another long entry brewing. Okay, so if we just drill down to the hour, you'll notice that we do have sort of a double bottom here on the oscillator, and price is made a lower low. So that is diversions, and it is diversions indicating that we have a potential change in direction coming. Okay, now the other thing to note is on the awesome oscillator, you can see how we're green at the moment. So momentum at the moment, well, from this point here at 51722, so from this bar here, the momentum has been changed from down to up, although we are still in a downtrend because we are below the zero. Okay. So, and when I say downtrend, I'm really just referring on the 1 hour, and it's just the last 2 days that we've been in a downtrend. Okay, so I do have these two trend lines drawn in here, not really a clear-cut flag or channel, but regardless, this is a consolidation pattern. Okay, so we consolidated there, we broke down, and we pulled away, and now we're consolidating again. One of two things will happen. We'll either find a base here or we'll move down. I suspect we're going to move down again. Okay, so we are very far from the 200 moving average. And to me, that's always a yardstick I use. Okay, so you can see the alligator starting to go flat on the 4-hour. Nothing really to worry about. You can see it does go flat, and then it picks a direction and it goes. So what am I doing today? Okay, so I am definitely looking for a long entry, but I'm not entirely convinced we're going to get it at this point here. So I would be a lot happier with one of two things. So either a retest of this breakout here, which is 26,485, okay, or alternatively this breakout here. Now, the second breakout here at 26,345, you can see how the 200 moving average on the hour sort of lines up in between them. So if I just add another line on there, that is kind of the area that I would like to see us tag. If we can get down to this point here, that to me would be a fairly good area to be long again. Okay, so yesterday's scenario, you had two trades. You had the gap trade to the upside, and looking at the hour, you can see we did have this pin bar, so there was an indication of that, and you could have looked for a short, maybe not quite on the gap close, but on this fractional level on the hour. You could see that was your signal bar, taken that short, and that was a good 100-point scalp, 140-point scalp. Okay, so yeah, for me, it's I am looking for longs, and looking at the oscillator right now, it is giving me the warning signs that this downward move could be coming to an end. Okay, and normally what happens like this, when this starts happening, when you've got your grouping down in the oversold territory, normally it goes sideways, and then it'll have one more squirt down, and then form its base and pull away. So that's why I look for the price action. So there's no price action at the moment that's indicating that this move is done. So what we need to do is focus on a few things. So the first thing you want to do is focus on those two fractional levels. Okay, so that's a little bit higher. So those are the two fractional levels you want to focus on. A break either side is going to indicate the direction for you. So a break above 26,626 should give you some confidence for a move to the upside, and a break below 26,570 is going to give you some confidence for further downside. And I would expect us to start finding some support from 26,500 area. It may not get all the way down there. It may sort of find its support on this breakout, this single bar breakout here. So this tail. That's 26,500. Okay, so that's kind of what I'm looking for. I'm looking for preferably another little push down, and then I'm looking for some half decent price action to indicate that we are moving back to the upside. Okay, so nothing more I can add to that, but that's my play for the day at the moment. If you are sitting short from these two bars here, there's no real reason to get out yet. Maybe what I'd be doing is moving my stop down to 26,630, okay, just in case we do squirt up. But I anticipate there should be a second move down, and that second move down should basically take us right into this area of support. Okay, so yeah, so that's my take on this morning. And if we just go down to the 12 minutes and delete all the noise, you'll see for now this was a pretty solid downtrend. Okay, and we're now going sideways. So if we do get above the alligator on the 12 minutes, you've started to get your early warning signals that we're moving to the upside. However, the diversion that is here, so you see how the oscillator is making new highs, but price is making new lows. That's continuation. So in other words, continuing in the downtrend. So I'm, let's say I'm like 55% versus 45%. So 55% sure that we should get a move to the downside, a second leg. Okay, and at which point, once the second move is done, it's out of any shorts and in with a long. Okay, so that's my take on this today. Again, you're going to have to wait for Europe to open and see what happens, but I do think maybe a little bit of more consolidation here and then a second push to the downside. And that push to the downside may only happen when the US opens. So it's a pretty similar scenario as what happened yesterday. In other words, a gentle push up, and then just before the open, we start falling off. Okay, so that's my take on the Dow, and I am really looking for a deeper pullback. To me, ideally, would be a pullback all the way back down to 26,220 or 26,230. That would be an absolute ideal pullback. And watching these oscillators on the 4-hour and the 1 hour, this is just giving me, let's not say confidence, but it is setting warning bells in my head that if I was short, I'd be watching this and tightening my stop very, very tight, because anything could happen, but this is heading to oversold territory. Okay, so anyway, that's my take on it. I'm looking for a long entry, and I'm looking for another move down first before we start looking for that long. Anyway, guys, that's the Dow Jones for today. Hope it helps, and enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll catch up with you later. Cheers for now.